Soccer 605, we're visiting with Coach Doug Noyes of the St. Thomas More Girls Varsity. Nice game, Coach.
We came down about a month ago and played, and it was a hard game, and it wasn't decided until the 78th minute. I was glad to get one a little earlier than that, but then holding on to it was tough.
Well, this almost seemed like a tale of two halves. Your girls were on the defensive for most of the first half, but that second half they came out hungry.
Well, we talked about how to close them down. This team plays very direct, and they've got some real fast people on the top and get organized really quick, and we knew that we had to pressure them quick, and if we would do that we might be able to stop some of their penetration, and it worked.
It definitely worked. They were knocking, but you just weren't letting them in.
No, I've got Delaney Carlson in the back and Jen Hyde in the middle, and they're tough to get by, and what they can't run down, the outside D's will. So yeah, the defense played great. Ollie made her, it was her fourth start for us. Our starting keeper got hurt real bad in a wreck last week, and so Ollie came off the bench, and this is her fourth game, and she's got 3 shutouts. So.
And that's Olivia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a nice job. Didn't have a whole lot to do the second half, but the first half she did.
No, she made she made some great stops. I felt that they had that one chance that she came to the near post and pushed it around, and I thought that was probably as scary as it got.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight piece of film right there.
Yeah, it was a good save on her part, nice shot on theirs, and I think if she hadn't been there, that might have been the equalizer. But we knew if we kept them pushed up and kept their back to our goal, basically, we'd do all right.
Well, I think you may have set a new record for the number of corner kicks. I think it was the first 7 minutes of the second half you had 6 corner kicks.
We put pressure on them real fast, real hard, and I've got some tall girls and a couple of them in the defense, and they want to score really bad. And so when you've got defenders that are getting to run up into the middle on a corner, they get pretty aggressive, and they were doing that. So it created more opportunities.
Yeah, they definitely were. Well, and this was the game tonight where if you wanted to go to Aberdeen, you had to score.
We did. We had to win this or else our season was done. We've never been done this early before. Actually, once in 12 years we lost the first round. And so we didn't want to repeat that. I think that it would be hard for me to sit down and say specifically where the play came from that won this, because the center mids did a good job. They're number 18, a brilliant player, and we had to shut her down because she was actually the one that was causing us the most of the trouble in the first half.
Yeah. The middle of the park was quite interesting there for most of the first half.
Yes, yeah, and once KJ figured her out and knew that she had to stick on her real tight, I thought KJ did a really good job in the second half neutralizing that threat in the middle. Yeah,
KJ did have a really nice game. So who was it that got that goal? Was, I think, about the 16th minute, wasn't
it? Into the second half, Kira Duffy. She was the one actually that scored in the 78th minute the last time we were here.
Ah, your clinch shooter.
She was. And I was right behind her on that shot, and I thought it was going wide. And then, man, 5 feet from the goal, it probably took a left turn and just tucked right inside the post.
I think it surprised Brooklyn Oler King down there.
It was. She had a great game. Their team played really well, and this, we'll play them a dozen more times, and each game's going to be a toss-up. So it's great competition. I noticed in the pregame they're young, just like we are. I think 1 or 2 seniors. We've got 1. So be the same teams coming back at each other next year.
So we'll see some revenge matches in the future years. So any idea who you might be playing in the state tournament? I think it's a redraft, isn't it?
I don't know. I think we're flighted probably against number 1, which will be Aberdeen, and that's, you got to beat everybody anyway. So whether we play them first or second, we'd have to beat them both. Yeah. And so we play first, we play first.
Well, and we're supposed to have nicer weather there this year. You must have known that because your girls were working really hard to win this.
They were. Last year weather was a big deal for us. Playing Aberdeen at home, and they get the advantage of their home turf for the tournament. I'd rather play them on grass, but that's the way it is. But we played them up there, first game out of the barrel, 1-0. Had our chances, and so we'll go.
Yeah, well, it could be anybody's tournament up there once we get there.
It is the most competitive that I've ever seen a tournament when you have 4 or 5 teams this team that just got eliminated, absolutely. It's game by game. I wouldn't want to be putting odds on who's going to win this.
Well, it's going to be fun. Best of luck at state tournament. We'll see you there, and thanks for taking some time with us at Soccer 605, Coach.
Thanks, Carol.
Thanks.